Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Brad Judgick video. And if you're not already subscribed and you see the title and you kind of already like my voice and think it's going to be a good review, uh, hit subscribe and you get more content. I do a lot of movie reviews, music, I talk about artists, I talk about their albums, and some other things. And I do daily content. So how about that? Um, I think it's pretty cool. I think I've stepped up my game a little bit this past year with doing better thumbnails, and actually found a app called Thumbnail Creator. That's a pretty cool app, and I've been using it for the past couple weeks. It seems to be okay. There is some drawbacks to it, so I'm just gonna do it when I really need to. Um, and based on videos where I just really just need to do text and like one picture would suffice. So that's it. So let's get down to the video. We're going to be talking about Home Alone movie review. Yes. And I don't know if I talked about in a vlog that I put out recently that I wasn't sure if I reviewed this on this channel before, but we're going to go ahead and review it again if I did. If not, then I don't know. It's going to be the first time. I think it's the first time I reviewed it, though, to be quite honest. Or I reviewed both Home Alones or something like that. We're not going to talk about both of them. We're going to talk about the original one. The original one is really, really cool. I watched this with my son. He actually watched the entire thing with me. So it was very, very cool sitting here watching it with my son. Um, and so much about this movie is so good. I watched Cinema Sickness, and he believes that Home Alone is the best Christmas movie of all time. I don't know if that's really the case. Um, I think if I had to pick a Christmas movie, I probably would go with The Christmas Story. It's actually a really good movie, to watch around the holidays. But I'm thinking there's another movie that I would enjoy better as a Christmas movie. I just can't think of what it is. Um, it's not National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation because I've yet to see that as well. But Home Alone, it starts off with introducing you to all the family, which kind of surprises me that they never went back to allow these other characters and kind of didn't do anything with them. Like in the second one, they didn't really like most of the characters were back, but you would have thought maybe they would have left like maybe a couple of their kids back with them, and somehow they all get lost in New York. But they didn't really do that. So it's kind of weird. They introduce all these characters in the beginning of the movie, and you know, I can't remember the guy's name. The really bad cousin. That was like a spider and everything. I can't remember his name. Um, but he's the one telling the story about uh, the guy, putting salt on the sidewalks and stuff. About telling all the kids that he's a killer and all this other stuff. Um, and then he he ends up tearing up his what's his name, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin ends up tearing up his room basically, and by the time he gets back, like his room is gone. I don't think I watched the entire end of the movie, but I've already seen that part, and I really don't need to see that. I know at the end, like that guy yells, and basically that's how the movie ends. It's kind of interesting. I remember he goes and checks up on uh, the guy and asks how his Christmas was and everything like that. I thought that was pretty neat. That at the end of the movie, he kind of gets that kind of connect with him at the end of the movie. But the part that steals the show for me is when, Harry and is it Marv? Harry and Marv, I think that's what their names are. Their interaction with Kevin is so hilarious. One, they're trying to chase him. I think what was it? Oh, well, there's one time where they're trying to get in the house, and there's things going on, and just the little antics that they would do, um, with just interacting with him, and the parts that they keep trying to come to the house, and he would like set up things, and he would pay attention, and he would hear what they're saying, and know like, oh, they're gonna come back tonight, so he had to figure out something to do that night, and he had like all these props, to some like all these cardboard cutouts, like going back and forth and stuff like that. It was pretty crazy. But But yeah, the big scenes at the end with the traps and everything like that. That was really really cool. Um, it's my favorite part. A couple favorite scenes in that, which is mostly just all of them. I mean, I literally could watch that probably every day and get a kick out of it. Is the part where they're just going through the house and hitting all the traps. It's so awesome. The part where uh, Joe Pesci is it Joe Pesci? Yeah, Joe Pesci's character gets the thing burnt off the top of his head, and then he jumps to stick his head right into the snow, which is weird because they just happen to have a thing of snow packed where he could put his head in there. So it's really weird that happens, and and then the combination of when Harry, or maybe is it whatever the tall guy's name is, I don't remember his name in the movie, but he's going down the steps and they're slick, and he falls down at first, and then they cut I think to Joe Pesci's character, and then go back, and he finally gets stood up, and then he goes to I think what was it? He goes to grab the handle, and it's and he pulls on it. I think something falls on him. I'm trying to think what exactly happened. I think something falls on him. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's when he goes inside. What happens outside? Something happens outside, and he slips, and he's trying to crowbar the door open, and he slips, and the crowbar falls on him. And I think that's just one of the funniest parts in the movie that I don't really hear people talk about like in quite detail, but that's one of the best scenes ever. Is when he slides, he gets all the way down the stairs, and he gets the door here. He gets propped up, and then he goes to do something, and somehow he still slips. And I think it's something about the door handle. I know it's not the one where because Joe Pesci's character is the one that he gets burnt on his hand, but there's something about something slick. So I don't know if it's I can't remember what it was. Something about he slides and the thing hits him in the head. It's such a great scene um, in the movie. But yeah, definitely. I mean, the going through the house thing. I mean, that's a given that people are going to enjoy that scene. So, also like when he goes to the grocery store and the lady asks him, "Are you here alone?" And he's like, "What are you crazy? No, no, my mother's in the car. She's waiting." And then of course, the guy with the salt shows up and he freaks out and starts running and doesn't pay for a toothbrush or something like that. It's kind of funny. Um, and him using coupons. That was kind of neat. That was kind of weird in the movie. Uh, what else was there? I'm trying to think what else there is in the movie that really kind of set everything apart. But here's my thing about Home Alone is that it's actually one of the movies that's probably pretty high up in my movie list. But I would say it's probably in my top 30 movies that I would probably say I don't know where it sits on my flick chart thing. Um, I mean, I would say I guess I don't want to say 30s because it's probably that might not be right. But I think it's within my top 50 movies that I enjoy. It could be in the 100, but because there's quite a bit of movies that I enjoy. It's not one that I probably would own because it's on TV all the time. Uh, because like every Christmas, it's on, and I'm pretty sure I went and seen Home Alone in the theaters when it first came out, and I think I went and seen Home Alone 2 in the theaters when it first came out. So there is a connection there with me. Um, I wonder if I went and seen Home Alone in theaters. I may have just went and seen Home Alone 2 in the theaters. I can't remember. Um, but yeah, Home Alone, really, really good movie. Macaulay Culkin, it's pretty much his claim to fame. It's pretty much all he did. uh, Home Alone 1 and 2. It says claim to fame. Um, and if you haven't seen Home Alone, I don't know what's wrong with you. 'Cause I happened to watch it and I forgot, and I was like, oh, I got to review that because I don't think I've reviewed that yet, and I still don't know if I have, but I'm pretty sure I don't think I have. But anyways, there you go. My review for Home Alone today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have seen Home Alone, what do you think about the movie? What do you think the best Christmas movie that's ever been made? And I'm not talking about something that it's barely has Christmas in it. I'm trying to. I want a Christmas movie that's really. You know what? Actually, I do know what the best Christmas movie I think is, and it kind of. I'm pretty sure it happens around Christmas time. I think it actually may start at Christmas and end at Christmas. It's called The Holiday. It has Jack Black and somebody. I know Jack Black's in it, and some other people, and it's like a comedy drama kind of thing. It's a really good movie, and I think that actually may be the best because I sat there and watched that movie, and I might do a review of it in the future because I kind of want to see it again. So whenever it comes on here, if I can find it cheap somewhere, I may have to pick it up. But it's a really really good movie, and I remember there being kind of a Christmas kind of feel to it, um, and it could be a really really good uh, Christmas movie. I got the yawning bug. Like I said, every time I turn this camera on, I have like things on my screen. I'm trying to scrap it off. I don't know what's on the screen. It's like I sneezed on it or something. It's weird. Anyways, go ahead and end the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was kind of an awkward video. My wife's already asleep. She stayed home today. It's cold outside. The weather finally actually got a little better in Indiana. So, yeah. So yeah, there you go. Home Alone, movie review. Like I said, if you have checked it out, leave comments down below what you think about Home Alone, and also what's your favorite Christmas movie. None of that bullcrap. None of that. No Lethal Weapon, or Lethal Weapon or Die Hard. One of the two. But I think both of them actually take place technically around Christmas time. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Keep rocking. Keep on watching movies. Later, guys. Oh, and don't leave your kids at home alone.